Hello, Richard. Hello, friends. So we are ready to continue today. We'll continue covering the questions that are related to a job interview. So let's start then. So first question, are you a team player? So Richard, could you please help us? How can we answer this question to impress those people who are hiring us?
Well, of course, Tatiana, with all your answers to questions, you always have to be positive. So even if the question might appear negative, you have to turn it round and spin a positive answer to it. So, of course, you're going to say that you are a team player, but also you're going to emphasize that not only are you a team player, but that you can also work independently because you're self-motivated. And the important thing is to give examples of how well you work in a team from your life. Now, if you've worked in a team for a previous employer, I'm sure you can find a good example of working well as a team for that. But if this is your first job that you would be working as a team, you can look back at your life and pick examples where you worked as a team, maybe in sports, or in a hobby, or with a community, or even with your family, where you've organized an event or some kind of thing where you've worked cooperatively with a bunch of other people, because all those are technically teams. It doesn't have to be work related, but obviously, if you've got a good work example, that should be the one you go for.
I see, got you. Thank you so much. Richard, and do you consider yourself a good team player?
I do consider myself a good team player, but then even if I didn't, I would still lie to you and say I was a good team player because I want you to give me the job, Tatiana.
I see, got you. Thank you. Well, you're hired. Okay, all right. So let's move on. What irritates you about coworkers? So what kind of information can be provided here?
Well, again, we've got to be positive. So we're not just going to list all the things that annoy us about other people, like they talk too loud or they smile too much. What we've got to do is think of the things that would irritate you as part of an effective team. So all the things that reduce effectiveness of a team, like being selfish or being a poor communicator or not being very flexible or not being reliable or friendly or cooperative or respectful, all those negative qualities that would annoy you and irritate you as a person are also what your employer doesn't want in a team, because that will reduce the effectiveness of the team and the individuals in that team, and hence impact upon the employer. So you've got to come up with that list beforehand. And if you get asked this question, then you'll be ready to go with a whole line of answers.
I see, got you. Thank you. All right. So the next one is, how do you think other people would describe you?
Well, you've just got to take your answers for the last question and reverse them and give yourself all the positive sides. So rather than being a poor communicator, you're going to be a good communicator. You're going to be reliable, not unreliable. You're going to be friendly, not unfriendly. You're going to be cooperative. You're going to be respectful. You're going to be effective, and you're efficient. And so you would expect all the people that work with you to regard you as a positive member of the team.
I see. What is the quality that you actually value the most in people, out of the ones that you've mentioned?
Well, I think the best quality, if you're talking about working as a team, is you need people that are cooperative, because most of the other things you can kind of work around, or you can kind of train people to be better at that. But people who are naturally cooperative, naturally friendly and approachable, once you have that, you can work very well on the other qualities. But if you don't have that, it's very hard to change people that are not very cooperative or friendly or flexible.
I see, got you. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, so let's move on. The next question is, why do you want this job and what motivates you? Could you please help us with the answer?
Well, like most people, I am motivated by reward. Now, obviously, your employer hopefully is going to be paying you for doing this job that you're applying for. So don't be afraid to say that you want to work for an employer that pays good wages and gives good benefits and provides a good working environment, because they are obviously very key. And even if you didn't say them, the person interviewing you is going to certainly expect that that's one of the prime motivators for you. But you can refer firstly to expanding your experience, progressing your career,
Mhm.
and all the other things that come with working for a new company. So hopefully you'll have done your research beforehand and know how your employer is regarded within the sector of business that they operate in, and hopefully how they're regarded in their treatment of employees. So you can list all the good things that they hope that they do well as your motivation for joining them.
I see. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. And one more question that I love the most. So, what kind of work environment do you like best?
Well, again, you have done your research on what work environment your potential employer actually has, and so you can give all the positive qualities of that. So it would be a safe working environment, a friendly working environment, a progressive working environment, always seeking to improve for the quality of the business and for the treatment of the employees, secure and effective.
I see. Got you. Okay. All right. Well, Richard, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your kind answers. And we'll continue next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. And I hope you give me the job, Tatiana.
You are fired.